Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and it's weekly reading for November 4th to the 10th. This week for you, Cancer, we have the Yes Oracle card. It's a very strong message, that one. We have the King of Cups, the Page of Wands, Death, Two of Swords, the Hermit, and the Four of Cups energy. So Cancer, this week, the universe is sending you a very, very clear sign with that Yes Oracle card. It means that, a key decision that you have been pondering on for some time, the answer is yes. Now, that is whatever you truly feel in your heart, that intuition, that gut feeling that you've had about the situation. Well, that is correct. And, the answer is yes. It's time to move forward with it. Now, there's not much to read out for that Oracle card, Cancer, because I don't know if you can see this, but the page in the book is just a whole page of yes. It is the green light. It is a very, very clear sign. It says just say yes, don't overthink it, and just say yes. So that is the key this week, Cancer, is to not overthink this decision, to tune into that heart space or, gut feeling, whatever intuition is for you. And just really, really feeling into it and making the decision from that place, accessing your true inner wisdom, and that's where the answer lies. But yeah, I think you definitely know what that is. Okay, so let's go to the cards and look at your recent past. So recent past, we have the Four of Cups and we have the Hermit energy. So Cancer, I feel like a lot of you have, in the recent past, withdrawn from a situation. You've withdrawn your energy. I think that you've been in a situation that it has no longer emotionally fulfilled you, no longer brought you, the joy, the happiness, the love, the enthusiasm or passion that you truly desire and deserve as well. Here we see somebody who has decided to go and sit under this tree on their own. They've got 3 cups here. There's somebody coming in with an emotional offer, but you've already closed down your energy from it. Arms folded really is that shut off sign. You're not interested, not looking at this cup. This is a general reading, Cancer, so it could be a range of just different situations. If this is a romantic situation for you, this can be somebody continually offering you their love, offering you an apology or something like that, but you're not open to it. You've already closed down from it. You're already getting ready to move on from this situation. Same in the workplace. It can be, once again, just people trying to connect with you to re-establish your enthusiasm with the role, with the team. Yes, there might be an apology in the workplace situation as well, but yeah, I already think that you have retreated from the situation, that you're feeling apathetic from it, and you've really started to sit down and ponder what you truly want, from your future. I think you're already actually, you've already sort of got, I'm seeing the door closing. I think you've already started to close that door. You've got one hand on the door handle and you're already manifesting 3, down here being the number of new manifestations, which we see up here in the Page of Wands as well. I believe that you're already in the manifestation process for the future. It's one thing to close off from a present situation, but I feel in most cases, once we start to project our energy and connect it with future experiences and start manifesting, it's really hard to go back. I just don't think that you're going backwards. I think you're only going forwards. And then with that Hermit energy, I feel like for this period of time, and guys, it could have been months for some of you, that you've really gone inside yourself to seek the answers on how to move forward in this situation. You've known you've not been happy in it. You've known it's no longer fulfilling you, bringing the emotional satisfaction that you want. But I think there was a big period of, well, what now? I really thought this was it. I thought this partner was my life partner, my potential husband, wife. Maybe you're even married to them. I thought this job, this career, I thought it was what I wanted to do. But now I feel like I'm back to the drawing board. It's that kind of energy. But, through that period of going within, deep introspective self-reflection, that's when we start to find the answers. That's when we find the answers of how to make the best decisions for us that are going to move us forward in the direction that's best going to serve our highest purpose. So, the Hermit, he links to the star energy as well. So he has a little star in his lantern. Now the star energy is about renewal. It's about healing. It's about rebirth. So I feel this is you. You're really wanting to feel renewed, to feel restored, to be, birthed into a new direction. But in this past position, and some of you may, still be in this energy now, there's that sense of not knowing, not seeing the path forward. I feel like, you're like this hermit here. He's sort of isolated on a mountaintop, and I think he can only see a couple of steps in front of him from this dim star illumination. But the message here with the hermit is the more we seek, the brighter our inner wisdom or inner illumination becomes, and we start to see a little further down the track, a little further, and before you know it, a new path is going to open up to you, Cancer, and you'll be able to see where you're going. With the hermit energy, just going to say it, not ruling out that some of you may have had a spiritual awakening, an epiphany, and that could be why you're no longer fulfilled in the current situation, because you've really opened up to something greater. Maybe that's calling you on a new path. Right, so anyway, focus energies for this week. This is where you're taking the decision, Cancer. We have the Two of Swords and we have the King of Cups, right? So, King of Cups, no doubt this is you. Even though it's a masculine sort of male energy, this is gender in specific, guys. So basically, the King of Cups as an energy can be applied to both male and female. And the King of Cups is more about being clear, being emotionally grounded, strong, authoritarian, dominant, sure of themselves. That's King energy. And then in particular, the King of Cups is about being very, very clear on the emotional realm. It's almost like you're reclaiming this missing cup here. Now you're actually saying, well, yes, I will grab onto that cup, but I'm going to use it to propel myself forth in a new direction. That's what I'm seeing here. It also means for me that this decision that you need to make, you need to do so from a very grounded position, and a position where you have control over your emotional realm, right? Because the Two of Swords is about making a heartfelt decision, but it says that sometimes we can get clouded and blinded by our emotions. So the key is to really tune in to our third eye, our heart, our gut, as well as using a certain amount of logic, and facts to make the best decision for us. That little moon there is all about that reminder of reconnecting with our instincts, because instinctually we know the answer, and the universe is basically saying with this oracle card that yes, that gut feeling, that decision, that's right on the tip of your tongue, what you're going to choose, yes, that's right. So you must trust yourself and be that, that King of Cups character as you're making that decision this week, Cancer. So the decision could be, relating to the situation here. Are you going to stay doing what you've always done and get what you've always got? Are you going to stay in that situation? I mean, you know what your returns are going to be if you do. Or are you going to choose to move on? And I really feel that that's what you're doing. We'll see what's coming in the near future. So are you going to leave that job? Are you going to leave that relationship? Are you going to pursue something else? It's that kind of energy. But in your near future, Cancer, and I love this, even though it might look a little ominous with the Death card. I love the Death card, actually. I love the Death card because the Death card is all about transformation. And the Hermit also is a transformational energy, because it's about, going within, seeking the answers, renewing and rebirthing ourselves. So the Death card for me is that after you've made this decision that you're making this week, Cancer, is going to bring a chapter to a close. So, you'll know what the decision is for you. But the Death energy means that the energy is there for completion this week, and that we shouldn't fear that completion, because that completion is the sliding door into you exploring your new territory. I mean, look at these cards side by side. We have Death holding, the staff of transformation here with the alchemy flag, and then we have the Page of Wands holding his staff of passion, enthusiasm, ready to explore a new terrain. It's almost like death and new life here. Now the death card, it talks about needing to clear the slate, needing to let something pass that is no longer in your best interest. It's no longer serving your highest purpose. And you've probably learnt the lesson, completed the karmic contract that was associated with it, and now we need to let go. There's nothing more sure in life than that cycle of death and rebirth. And we need to know when to loosen our grip, when to release things, and when to let go. Otherwise, if we stay in things for too long, that's when we start to feel like this. We start to feel stuck, we start to feel apathetic, we start to feel non-passionate, not excited, and not enthusiastic, and just bloody unfulfilled, basically. So we have to keep moving. We have to keep that cycle going. We have to keep the wheel turning, because there's a promise of a beautiful new day, a new dawn, a new day on the horizon, ready to burst through for you. So, we need to be like the child who looks death in the eye and welcomes it in, welcomes the personal transformation that keeps us evolving. This adult here is kind of feigning away from death because she's probably been through it before, and she knows that even if you're the one making this decision and you're the one in the driving seat, that any amount of change, any amount of transition or transformation brings about often a certain amount of pain or discomfort. But we must go through that in order to get to a new beginning. I love the Page of Wands at the end of this reading, Cancer, because the Page of Wands for me is about rediscovering your passion and your enthusiasm for life. It's about getting ready to set off on a new adventure, to explore new territories, to explore new terrain, to get your sense of fire back, to get your sense of passion back for life. And we see these 3 sand dunes here too, so that talks about new manifestations. It's these manifestations here, these things that you were dreaming of in the recent past. It's them now, starting to grow, starting to evolve, and the wands being a suit of action. This is you now ready to take action on them. Now that you have the time, the space, now that you've cleared the energetic slate in order to bring them in and expand them. Oh, I like this reading, Cancer. So I'm going to leave it there. Keep in mind it's a general reading, so it won't be for every one of you guys. But you're making a decision. The answer is yes to whatever that gut feeling on it is. It's time to take action. The death energy is with you. Don't fear it, because there's bigger and better things. There's new chapters that are ready to start for you. So I'd love to hear from you if you want to share. Let me know how it's playing out in your daily life. And I will be back here, Cancer, with you for another reading next week.